All right, US2 people, how are you doing? Block 3 guys. I just want to show you something, and this is going to be quick, really, really quick, actually. This has to do with the Google Classroom number 3, the one assignment that's going to be due on Sunday night. So I kind of want to go over this real quick and just show you how easy it could possibly be. I know some of you might get confused, so this video is specifically just for this assignment. So sectionalism and the Civil War reading. All right, sectionalism as in like the country being broken down into sections. All right, what I'm asking you to do is I want you guys to answer your questions in the Google form. Okay, so basically this is how I would do it. Again, if you want to do it differently, that's fine. I'll even just show this as one screen by itself. All right, sectionalism, this is the actual questions. All right, so when you click on this, you're going to see some Civil War. You've got obviously the rebels on one side, okay, the Confederates. All right, you've got the Union soldiers there on the left side. All right. What I'm asking you to do is pretty simple. One, your email is already going to be recorded when you submit this. I'll know it's you when you submit it, but I prefer you put your first and last name on here also. It just helps me out when I'm reading it. Now, you're answering the questions to the text on here. Okay, why? Because it's just easier for me to see it. Okay, personally, I like it like that. If for some reason, right, this is what I would do. Right, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is what I would do. I would pull this down, okay, and bring it over to the left, right, and I would do it one more time. When you do it twice, for some reason, that's when it finally centers. Okay, when you're doing the reading portion, so you can have your screen split, kind of halvesies here. When you're doing the reading portion, go back to that Google Classroom there, number 3, and click on the PDF. Now, you could technically keep the PDF like this. I'll move myself out of the way. Let me move me here. Okay? You can keep the PDF here if you like, or you can open with Adobe Acrobat for Google Drive. I'm going to keep this here for now, and I'll just show you what the Adobe Acrobat looks like afterwards. So this is what I would do. I'd keep this up, obviously. You've got the reading here. If you can't see it, you can always zoom in and you can have more here. All right, so you can read it by sections if you want and all that. Okay, as you're reading, you can answer the questions. This has to do with pages 1 through 3. So as you can see, the first question has to do with sectionalism. All right, if you haven't noticed, underneath of here, again, I don't know if you've looked at this or not, there's 5 questions per reading section. Okay, and these are the same questions that are over here. So you have your reading here. I'll zoom out a little bit just so we can see it. Okay, and then you'll have 5 questions, and those 5 questions go away. And then literally the next question will be resistance to slavery, and that'll be the first question. What were the 3 types of resistance? What were the 3 types of resistance? So literally it's 15 questions that you're going to be asked. Okay, each one's worth roughly 6 points. Okay. A lot of these are open-ended, so you will be able to just give me your 1-sentence response. If you want to give me more, I give you more. It's that simple when it comes to responses. All right, and you're only answering the first 3 pages. So when you get to fugitive slave law, that's where you stop. Okay, so you do not need to answer any questions there. The last question you should have to answer is, if there were 4 million slaves in the United States, why did it, sorry, yeah, I'm in the right one. If there are 4 million slaves, yeah, why didn't it, no, that's not the last question, is it? It's not. So I have one last question that is a 10-pointer that is going to be a Google question, so you can Google it up any way you like. All right, what political party did Abraham Lincoln belong to when he was elected in 1860? All right, so that's something you can look up on yourself. All right, or you can just give me your best educated guess and go from there. Okay, this is just for Google Classroom number 3. All right, if you get confused, don't worry. It's nice and easy there. Let's say, for instance, all right, I'm just going to give you a for instance. You ready? So let's say we're back at Google Classroom, right? And you have the assignment up here. I'll move myself over, all right? And you're like, I can't figure out how to do the Google form. I don't know why, but let's just say you can't figure it out. And you click on the PDF and you're like, I have the assignment here. I can read it. If you want to do it differently, I'll allow it on this first one, okay? But we'll go over why. So you can open with Adobe Acrobat for Google Drive if you want. Again, this is another way to do this assignment. All right. What you could do is you can do that. Click on Adobe Acrobat for Google Drive. You all have a Google Drive, by the way. It's all saved through your school Google account, all right, whether you know you have one or not. And you have the same reading here, right? The only difference now is that now you can actually mark this up if you wanted to. So for instance, if I wanted to put some lines in here, I like this section right here, sectionalism, the tendency among people to blindly focus on the interest in section and the place and expanse of the whole. All right, so maybe say I like that area. I like that, I underlined it, I'll then hit save and it will save for me. Okay, if for some reason I want to change the color, I'll just click off of the marker, I'll click onto the text, I can change it to like a orange or a red or whatever, and I can hit save again, and it saves right there for me. If I don't like it at all, I can click on it, I can, make it like a thicker underlining, or I can click on it again, I can get rid of it entirely. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get rid of it. All right, I'll hit save. So you've got the reading here. When you get to the answers for the actual assignment, you can click the T button here for text, and you can literally add text anywhere. All right, boom, 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 and you can change it any way you like. You can get rid of it afterwards. Let's say I type up something, I don't like my answer afterwards. I click off of the T, I click onto that text, and I can get rid of it, or change the font, or change the color, whatever. I can do that for all 15 questions if you want, but the problem is that last question is not going to be on there, that Google question. So you'll have to just message me personally and tell me what that last question is, or I'll just ask you. So it's up to you. But again, I personally would prefer if everybody does it the way that I showed it. So do it on the Google form. It's easier that way. There are some multiple choice questions in that way. You just have to split your screen. So it's really that. It's not hard. Okay. If you don't want to split your screen and you would rather just read it and then go, okay, I know the answer, and then you go back and you can click on the form, so you can keep going back to one tab to the other. That's up to you. All right. So that's how I would do it. That's 2 ways right there. Let me know if you need any questions answered. You can always just put it in the comments if you like, and I can help you out there. All right.